Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this stream is going to focus on 3-digit by 1-digit multiplication. 583 times 5 is our first example problem, and I'm going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. So we are going to start in the ones place. We're going to start by multiplying 3 times 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. We have to regroup because our product is more than 10. Anytime our product is 10 or more, we do need to regroup. So the 5 and 15 goes in the ones place. The 1 and 15 gets carried over to the tens place. 8 times 5 equals 40. We have to add the one that we carried over. 40 plus 1 equals 41. Now again, we have to regroup. The 1 and 41 goes in the tens place. The 4 and 41 gets carried over to the hundreds place. Five times 5 equals 25. Plus 4 equals 29. And we have our final answer. 583 times 5 equals 2,915. All right, moving on to the next example. $749 times 3. 749 times 3 is our next example problem. So again, we're going to start in the ones place. 9 times 3 equals 27. We are regrouping because our product is more than 10. 10 or more, we have to regroup. 9 times 3 equals 27. So the 7 and 27 goes in the ones place. The 2 and 27 gets carried over to the tens place. 4 times 3 equals 12. Plus 2 equals 14. The 4 and 14 goes in the tens place. The 1 and 14 gets carried over to the hundreds place. 7 times 3 equals 21. Plus 1 equals 22. And we have our final answer. 749 times 3 equals 2,247. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit the like button. Really helps the algorithm. Somebody in the chat said, let me answer. I'll tell you what. The next problem I'm going to solve, put the answer in the chat. And I'll shout out the chat if you're correct. All right. You want me to let you answer? Put the answer in the chat. All right. Example problem number 3. 848 times 7. Shout out to everybody working this problem out in the chat, and shout out to everybody that loves math. All right, starting in the ones place. 8 times 7 equals 56. 6, carry the 5. 4 times 7 equals 28. We have to add the 5 that we carried over. 28 plus 5 equals 33. The first 3 and 33 goes in the tens place. The next 3 and 33 gets carried over to the hundreds place. Let's see if my man in the chat is right. Eight times 7 equals 56. Plus 3 equals 59. And the person in the chat that put the answer in the chat is correct. 848 times 7 equals 5,936. Moving on to the next example. All right, 679 times 4. So we are starting in the ones place. We always start in the ones place. 9 times 4 equals 36. The 6 and 36 goes in the ones place. The 3 and 36 gets carried over to the tens place. 7 times 4 equals 28, plus 3 equals 31. The 1 and 31 goes in the tens place. The 3 and 31 gets carried over to the hundreds place. 6 times 4 equals 24, plus 3 equals 27. And we have our final answer. 679 times 4 equals 2,716. All right, shout out to everybody in the chat that hit the like button, everybody that's participating, everybody that's giving their best effort to solve these problems, and everyone that's getting the problems right. So far in the chat, I've seen 2 people get the problems right. You're on your honor though. Don't use a calculator. Calculators are cheating. Actually try to solve this using the steps I'm showing you. All right, 9,542 times 3. Two times 3 equals 6. We do not need to regroup in the ones place because our product is less than 10, 9 or less. Regrouping is not needed. 4 times 3 equals 12. 2 carry the 1. 5 times 3 equals 15, plus 1 equals 16. 6 carry the 1. 9 times 3 equals 27. Plus 1 equals 28. So this one was a 4-digit by 1-digit problem. So this one was a little trickier, but our final answer, 9,542 times 3 equals 28,626. I'm sure that is actually what you meant. I'm sure you intended to put the right answer, but that's why you don't rush. That's why you always got to take your time. There's a lot. I've seen so many students where they're very, very intelligent. They have the skills and they get answers wrong on the test or on the assignment just because they rush. All right, next example. We'll keep it to 3-digit. That one I know was a little challenging. All right. 449 times 8. All right, starting in the ones place, 9 times 8 equals 72. 2 carry the 7. 4 times 8 equals 32, plus 7 equals 39. 9 carry the 3. 4 times 8 equals 32, plus 3 equals 35. And we have our final answer. 449 times 8 equals 3,592. Whether there's 11 people watching or one person watching, I am glad you're here. I appreciate everybody that stops into the chat, whether it's for the entire live stream or even for just a couple minutes. Next problem. $682 times 7. 2 times 7 equals 14. 4 carry the 1. 8 times 7 equals 56, plus 1 equals 57. 7 carry the 5. 6 times 7 equals 42. Plus 5 equals 47. And we have our final answer. 682 times 7 equals 4,774. Shout out to everybody tuning in around the world. Shout out to everybody tuning in from Italy, from India, from the United States, from Denmark, all around the world. If you're on the stream, I appreciate you being here. All right, stay tuned for the final problem of the video. All right, 804 times 5. Four times 5 equals 20. 0 carry the 2. 0 times 5 equals 0. We have to add the 2 that we carried over. 0 plus 2 equals 2. 8 times 5 equals 40. And we have our final answer. 804 times 5 equals 4,020. All right, that is my live stream. For the moment, I'll probably live stream again later today, but thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment. Shout out to the people in the chat that got my final problem right. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the video. And if there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments and I'll do a future video on that skill. Or if it's out of my area of expertise, I'll Google the problem and I'll probably put something in my community tab. Like I'll point you in the direction of somebody that can solve it. All right, that is my video for today. And until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off.